Right, let's start today's session. This is the second demo session of Python full stack development. In the last lecture, I just discussed in full stack development of Python what subjects I'm going to cover. Okay, so I have just listed out all the subject names like Python, Django, REST API, as well as Flask and UI basics, SQLite and MySQL. As I said that in this all the subjects you are going to learn only one programming language, that is Python. It's a programming language which is used to write coding part for the application development. Next, Django. It is not a programming language. It is simply a framework which is used to develop the web applications. So Django is a Python based web development framework, I said, because it's completely written in Python language. So if you want to start learn Django, compulsory you should have the idea about Python. Without having Python prior knowledge, so you cannot go to Django. So prerequisite subject for Django is Python only. And next subject is REST API. REST API is also a framework which is used to create or generate the APIs. So API is nothing but software tool. It stands for Application Programming Interface, which enables the web application to communicate with other web applications. So representational state transfer, REST stands for. REST is an architectural pattern. The APIs which are generated by using REST architecture is called REST API. To start learn REST API, compulsory you should have the strong knowledge on Django as well as Python. So REST API prerequisite subjects are Django as well as Python, sir. Compulsory. And there is another framework we are going to learn that is called Flask. Flask is a Python based micro framework which is used to develop single page or small scale web applications, even microservices programming and dashboard kind of applications we can generate using Flask framework. So these are the frameworks: Flask, Django, REST API, and language is Python only. So these three frameworks which is written in Python language. So Python mandatory for learning these frameworks like Django, REST API, Flask. And what I said framework means it's a collection of predefined libraries. Framework is nothing but it's having set of rules and specification. So you should follow the rules and specification while developing the applications in Python. So UI basics are important because in the web development process, compulsory as a programmer, you must aware how to handle with web pages by using HTML with styling, CSS, functionality like validations, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap. These compulsory required UI basics, which will be covered in the Django time. And you are going to become a full stack developer, right? So compulsory, you should have the knowledge on database like MySQL and SQLite tree. So this is all I'm going to cover, which I explained in the last lecture. So front-end development purpose, generally we use UI basics. And the back-end development purpose, the language is Python. Frameworks are Django, REST API, Flask. The database is SQLite tree and MySQL. So this is what I explained in the last lecture, just a very basic information which I have delivered in the last lecture. And also, especially this batch, I'm including, so already for every batch I have included NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn. These are the common libraries. But along with this data analysis libraries, NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and I'm going to include from this batch AI tools also. These are AI search engines like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity. So these things I'm going to cover because whenever you are going to write Python code, all of a sudden if you have an issue or doubt, so you can search in these AI tools through how to rectify our issues and problem solving and also code optimization and more important applications quickly we can develop with this AI tools. So these tools all I'm going to cover. So what are the advantages? Each tool, what is the benefit also we'll discuss in upcoming session. So this is last session which I discussed clearly. Okay. Yes. Who are new to this session, please kindly watch my last session video, which was happened yesterday. So our team will send the link also, the YouTube link. They have uploaded already the first demo lecture in YouTube channel of DurgaSoft. So they'll assist you. You can click the link. You can feel free to watch my last lecture video. And as I said in the last lecture, totally, you have 4 demos, so you can feel free to attend. This is the second demo session, and after that, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, also you can feel free to attend. After that, you can decide. Okay, yes. Now, today I'm going to concentrate complete discussion of Python only, because as I said that if you are looking for only Python, core and advanced, or full stack development of Python, like including framework and databases and UI basics, compulsory you must know that Python. So we will concentrate from now onwards Python, sir. So once we complete Python learning process, within 45 days to 2 months, up to 2 months, it will take time to complete core and advanced Python. After that, we'll start with Django development, web application development with the UI database, REST API, all the things we'll cover. Okay, let's begin with Python. As I said, Python is a programming language which is used to write coding part for the application development. But what type of language it is? Yes. Now let me talk about Python is a general purpose programming language. General purpose programming language. What is the meaning of general purpose? See, sir, if the language is general purpose, that means using that language, we can build any type of applications. Python is not only designed for specific application development, right? It's designed for general application development like web applications, gaming applications, network-based application, uh, machine learning application, data science application, data analysis application, and many more. Okay, that's what we are calling it as general purpose language it is. Using Python, we can develop any type of applications. And next, Python is a high level programming language. Yes, high level programming language. See, sir, if any programming language is high level, that means what? All the low level activities can be managed the programming language only. Means memory management, code security, error handling, everything can be managed by Python internally. So that is high level language importance. All the low level activities can be managed by Python only just because of it is high level language. So especially memory management purpose, garbage collector assistant is there. So that assistant will work for memory management for Python language code. So as a programmer, only we should focus on writing logics, but we will not concentrate more for memory management and all. For memory management purpose, Python will have the garbage collector assistance. That garbage collector will take care complete memory management internally, just because of it is high level language. So all the low level activities can be taken care by Python only. And next one is Python is interpreted programming language. Yes, interpreted programming language. Here I need to give some clarity. What is the main difference between compiler based languages and interpreted based programming languages? As you know that the existing languages apart from Python, C language, C++, C Sharp.NET, okay, and Java, these are compiler based programming languages. That meaning is what? When we write any number of lines of code or when we write any programs in these languages like C, C++, C Sharp.NET, Java languages, and whole program at a time will check. For suppose here 10 lines of logic I'm writing, sir. 10 lines of logic. So if I write 10 lines of logic in C language, C++, C Sharp, Java, and just for example, you can consider 10 lines, but even you can write more lines of code in your programming part, no problem. But the moment when I start execution, especially in this C language, C++, Java, .NET, and whole program at a time will check and execute. Means how many lines of code you have written, no matter. Total compiler will check complete code at once. In case after checking if there are any number of errors, that many numbers will disclose in the error window. So that's what we notice in general while working with C language, C++, C Sharp, Java. We notice number of errors which will be present in the error window, like 2 errors, 3 errors, and number of errors we'll see, right? But because of why, so this is compiler based languages. Whole program at a time will check and execute. In case if there are no errors, your code is completely error free, then it will execute after successful compilation. But what about Python? Python, I'm saying that it is interpreted based language, right? So in Python language, similar code, if I write 10 lines of logic code, code will not check and process whole program at once. Rather than it will process and check line by line. In Python language, if I write same 10 lines of logic code, code will check line by line, sir. First line it will check. If it is right, then it will go to next line. Interpreter will jump into next line. If that is also right, it will go to third line. So like line by line will check and process and execute. But in case all of a sudden at line number 4 there is an error, immediately interpreter will stop at line number 4. That error only it will disclose to you in the error window. So that's what you will never notice in Python execution process. 2 errors, 3 errors, more number of errors. No, you will always notice in the error window only one error. That too on which line error occurred, it will show you. That is interpreted based actually. So compiler based means whole program at a time will check and execute. Interpreted based means code will check line by line. If line by line process, if there is no error, it will complete your code. In any line, if there is an error, immediately interpreter will stop the execution. It will throw that line number error only in the error window. So it will be easy in the Python because as a programmer, on which line number error is occurred, that line only we have to concentrate much more, right? But when it comes to like C language, C++, C Sharp, .NET, Java, number of errors at once you are going to see in the output window, means error window. But you might get confused. What error need to be handled first? Okay, what error need to be handled first like that. So that's the reason in Python, even though your program completely having multiple number of errors, okay, but at a time it will show only one error. That will be good for error handling clearly. At a time, only one error means you can focus on that error, you can rectify and move on towards next logics. So this is interpreted based programming language means line by line code will check and execute. Whereas compiler based languages, whole program at a time will check and execute like this. So Python is a interpreted programming language, not compiler programming language. I'm saying that. But compilation will take care by interpreter only, sir, internally. It doesn't mean that compilation will not take place in Python. Yes, compilation also possible, but interpreter only will take care that compilation process internally. We don't compile explicitly for executing the program. Okay, fine. Next, another important feature in Python. Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed language. But what about these languages like C Sharp, C++, Java, C language means these are all statically typed programming languages. Statically typed programming languages. And very simple, sir. Dynamically typed means during the program execution time. Statically typed means during the program writing time. So in these languages, statically typed languages, these are meaning is what? Whenever you want to declare the variable, you must specify the syntax like data type variable name equals to value. Example, data type integer, variable name a, value is 100. This is the quite common syntax, right? To declare the variable in any language like C language, C++, C Sharp, .NET, Java, common. What is meaning of statically typed means? I said that it is during the program writing time. During the program writing time, programmer has to decide the data type of the variable, that is A. So for example, here value is 100, right? Yes. So your value is 100. This 100 based upon this 100 value. Data type is integer type. Programmer must be decide integer type. For suppose here, if I decide as a programmer string, it give error. So programmer must and should has the clarity before going to start writing the code only. While writing the code, he has to define proper data type for the variable, where in other languages, because these are statically typed languages. Compulsory programmer has to decide the proper data type based upon the value and its variable. But in Python, it's not required, sir, because it is dynamically typed. What is the meaning of dynamically typed? Dynamically typed means during the program execution. In Python, no need to specify any data type. Only you can go through variable name and then value. That's it. Okay. So here variable name a equals to value is 100. So this is the syntax to declare the variable in Python. So this is the example. Okay. So you should not specify any data type of this a variable because it is dynamically typed. Dynamically typed means during the program execution time, based upon the value, Python only will decide for this variable data type like integer. If I say 10.5 my value, Python will decide for the a variable what data types are float. If I say my value is like this Mohan, it's a string group of characters. Then based upon this value, Python only decide the data type for the variable a is string only. So this is dynamically typed. Dynamically means running time. During the program execution time, based upon the value, automatically the variable will get data type from Python only. As a programmer, we will not concentrate any data type while declaring the variable in Python. But where it comes to in other languages, programmer have must clarity on data types. Based on value, what data type should assign to the variable, they must and should decide properly. If I give wrong data type, it leads to error. Let me check a quick program. So I'm just opening to show this. I'm just opening IDLE. IDLE is nothing but Integrated Development Learning Environment. This is the Python default editor. Whenever the moment we install Python software for the first time, you will be able to see this IDLE software, sir. Don't worry about this editors. Tomorrow lecture is completely focused on how to uh, work with Python editors. Which editor is the best editor? We will discuss in tomorrow clearly. But meanwhile, let me open the IDLE software, which will come by default when we install Python software for the first time. And notice this, this is the IDLE software. Okay, but I'm saying that in Python language, as a programmer, no need to define any data type. But here you can see variable a value 10, but I am defining the data type called integer. So when we hit the enter button, it says syntax error. Why? Because in Python, it will not allow you to define any data type. Only you should focus on variables and then values. Press enter, we don't have any issue. And do you want to access this value? Just either you can use print a or else you can simply a. Press enter, value got here, output value. But did I mention any data type for A, sir, integer or float? No, it's not possible. Because as I said that Python is a dynamically typed programming language, right? Based upon the value, automatically data type will decide internally. But just for curiosity, if you want to know what data type assigned Python for the variable A means, there is a built-in function in Python type of A. Type is a built-in function to know about your data type of this variable. I said that based upon the value, Python will decide the data type for the variable, right? Then press enter, you can see what type it is, integer type. Python decides integer type for this variable a because of values integer only. Suppose here a equals to 34.2, a, and type of a, what type it decides? Float, like this. Python internally will decide, sir. We don't interfere to give the data types like integer, float, like this. I'm not giving from my side like float a equal to 34.2 like this. No, it will not allow. So this is the user-friendly language. So no need to concentrate much more on data types based upon the value. Only just focus what value do you want to assign for which variable. That's it. Internally, Python will take care all the data types. So this is dynamically typed programming language. I'm saying that during the program execution, based upon the value, data type automatically will get for this variable. And in other languages, because of these are statically typed languages, statically typed means during the program writing time, programmer must and should define proper data type for this variable based upon the value only. So programmers must have the clarity on the data type in these languages. But priorly in Python, programmers no need to have the clarity on the data type because only we can focus on values and variables. But here point to be note, sir, it doesn't mean that Python do not have data types for your kind information. I'm saying just only no need to specify any data type explicitly from the programmer end. But it's not meaning that Python don't have any data types. It's having a lot of data types. We'll be discussing upcoming session like integer, float, bool, complex. Even it's having lot of data structures like string, list, tuple, set, dictionary, bytes, byte array, frozen set, many more. Okay. Only the thing is we are not going to decide data type of the variable based upon the value only. Automatically data type will assign by Python only. So this is user friendly language. Dynamically typed language means this only. And finally, Python is a case sensitive programming language, sir. Yes, it is a case sensitive. Cases are very particular. Yes. If I declare any variable in lowercase, you must access with lowercase. If I declare any variable in uppercase, you must access with uppercase only. It is case sensitive language. So you must be particular about cases. Okay, lowercase names, if you declare, you have to access with lowercase names only. Uppercase names, if you declare, you have to access with uppercase names only. So cases are very particular. Let me check a quick program again. The cases, how it is important. For suppose here, name equals to, name is a variable name. Mohan is the value. I'm trying to access name. It's working well. But if I try to access with capital N, it's not correct variable name, right? You can see the name error is coming like this. The name capital letter is not defined. Did you mean that you defined that name small letter? Yes, I defined small letter. I try to access with small letter only. You can't access with capital letter like this. If you want, you can try with name. It's working fine. But why, sir, we are not printing? Yes, print is optional in this editor actually. If you want, you can use print also, no problem. But it is optional, not compulsory, print function. But in other editors, when we launch tomorrow, some editors we will launch. In that editors, I must use print function. But in ideally interactive window, this is. So print function is not required. Directly you can mention the variable name. It works well. Okay. So this is about what type of language it is. As I said, it's a programming language. But what type of language it is? General purpose, high level, interpreted, dynamically typed, and case sensitive programming language. We can say that. What is the meaning of general purpose? You can use Python for development of any type of applications, general applications. High level means all the low level activities can take care by Python only. Interpreted means line by line code will check and execute. Dynamically typed means in the Python programming, when we declare any variables, you need not to specify any data type explicitly. Based upon the value, data type automatically will decide by Python only. And case sensitive programming language means cases are very particular. While declaring the names either in lowercase or uppercase, based upon that, you must and should access same case only like this. Okay. So this is what type of language. Next, I'm talking about Python history. Okay. So when it create, okay. So what are the basic version of Python? Then why Python is important in the current days? Okay. So what will be the major libraries? Why Python having these many libraries? How it is? We'll discuss in detail, sir. See, sir, as I said that Python is a high level programming language. Everything will be provided now. So who is the creator of Python? Python was created by Guido van Rossum, who is the man invented like Python. So Python was created by Guido van Rossum. Okay. So he started its hobby project to keep himself busy during the vacations. So when he decided to start his writing of scripting language like Python, so there was a TV show. Okay, how the name Python was derived. The name Python was inspired by BBC TV comedy show. The name Python was inspired by a BBC TV comedy show. The TV show name is called Monty Python Circus Show. Okay. So, which is the popular show actually? Monty Python Circus Show. Okay. So, Van Rossum, Guido Van Rossum, he's the fan of this show. That's what the name was inspired by Monty Python Circus. So, he has given working title of his programming language called Python only. So, that's what we are calling it as Python. It's a small history actually. And even though the main person behind the Python creation, Guido van Rossum, later a complete group was formed. That is right now Python completely maintained by PSF, Python Software Foundation Group. It's a community, a team of 5 people community actually. And recently, the Guido van Rossum left from this leadership of PSF, Python Software Foundation. So the project is now leading by a 5-member council, which is Python Software Foundation, PSF. Any updates and released versions which will come from PSF, Python Software Foundation only. And do you want to know that what is the first or initial version of Python when it was? Okay. Suppose Python first implementation began in 1989. Yes. First implementation, not release. First implementation was begin in the year of 1989. Okay. First implementation was begin in the year of 1989. So next first version available in the market, which is 1991. The first version of Python released. The first version of Python released in the year of 1991. The versions of Python. What are the versions are there? Which is the current latest stable version? Also we'll discuss. So as I said, that first version is 0.9.0, which is in the year of 1991. And later they released 1.x, 2.x, 3.x. See, sir, here X means there are a lot of subversions are there. So I'm not going to write all the subversion because I'll show you in the official website only. So this is the first version 0.9.0, later 1.x, 2.x, 3.x. So 1.x, 2.x, 3.x means there are a lot of numbers we can include 1.1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. 2.1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, and 3.1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. But do you want to know that latest stable release version is what means? You can feel free to visit official website of Python, www.python.org. So let me visit this official website so that you will get clear versions completely with subversions. So look at this www.python.org, and there is download option is there. This is the official website. So who wants to go into deep documentation process of Python, you can feel free to visit this site and you can start learning complete Python by following step by step. But as a new to Python programming, you can't understand what they are saying in this official documentation. So that's what here we are as a trainer to simplify the thing and keep in front of you. So you can see there is a documentation section and download section. If you go to download section, and there you can see this is the latest stable release.
download Python 3.1, 3.6. And even 1 month after or 20 days after, if you look, Python 3.1, 3.7 also might be available here. Because every few days after and the major or minor changes through, they'll release the version. So this is latest one, stable release 3.1, 3.6. And as I said that Python is completely open source, sir. Yes. So anybody can visit this site and documentation and collect the code and use it in your application. And also Python is completely cross-platform in the sense platform independent style. So it cannot only run on Windows operating system. It can run on Windows, Unix, Linux, Mac OS, and other operating system. So it is easy to manage in anywhere. So this is download Python 3.1, 3.6. But what about remaining versions? As for example, if you want to go through old versions like 3.12, 3.11, 3.10, 3.9, 8, 7, like that. So simply scroll down. There are so many release versions are there here. So sub versions which release date also, and you can click on download, and release notes also will be there here. And look at this. This is complete download. All subversions list is there, but no need to concentrate each version separately. So only you have to know that major versions like 1, 2, 3. But now Python software foundation people, they literally stop the support for 0 version and 1 version. Okay. Yes. Define the meaning of dynamically. Dynamically means during the program execution time. While running the program, Python will decide data type of the variable. That is called dynamically. Dynamic means runtime. Whenever I start run with, suppose in my program A value 10 I am declaring, right? With A variable 10 I am declaring. Whenever I print below, okay, if I start run the program, while running, Python will decide the variable A data type is integer only. That is dynamically typed. Statically typed means what? While writing the program means not run. You are not going for run. While writing the code only, you must and specify the data type from your side. In these languages, it is required. But in Python, it's not required, because during the execution time only, Python will decide for the variable data type clearly. This is dynamically typed. Okay, if people are asking question, that's what I'm moving towards, back to my previous topic. Fine. So we are in versions. So these are the versions. If you observe in this versions list, okay, sir, if you observe versions list here, and there is no version you find below 2 version. Okay, 1 as well as 0. I said that 0 is the first version and 1 is the second version. You will never see here 2.0 below and 0 point version like this, because Python software foundation community completely stopped the support for 0.9 version and 1 point version. They don't recommend to use these versions. It's completely outdated. So they were recommend to use 2 above versions. It will be good for your application development. Okay. Yes. That's what we notice. 2 above versions. There are a lot of subversions. Right now, the stable release version is 3.1, 3.6 only here. This is our stable latest version. So which I'm going to download now. But look at this, before going to download and install Python software in your computer, if you want to check whether Python already exists or not. Okay, simply I'm asking to check whether Python exists or not. Exist or not means in your computer already Python software installed or not. Do you want to check? So simply go to command prompt. Okay, then go to command prompt. Yes, command prompt. And then type, type. What we have to type? Python space hyphen hyphen version. So I'm asking you, if you want to check whether Python exists or not in your computer, then just simply go to command prompt and then simply type this command Python space hyphen hyphen version. So in my computer already I have installed Python software, because for previous batches which I'm conducting currently. So let's go to search and simply type command. So this is command prompt, right? When I click on this, it will be open command prompt window. And in this window, I'm simply typing Python space hyphen version. Okay, Python space hyphen version. So press enter. You will see this in my computer previously, which I installed few days back for my previous batches. I have installed 3.13.5 only. But right now we are seeing in the official website, the version is 3.13.6, right? Yes, 3.13.6 only. So this is the version which I have already. But if you want to go with new version, you can continue with no problem at all. But now it's time to show you the installation procedure. Today, what we will do simply, we'll try to install Python software. And after that, in tomorrow's session, we'll try to show you how many possible ways to write Python code and execute. I'll discuss clearly step by step. So if time permit, I'll give the scenarios today only. Suppose first in my computer already Python is exist, right? So let me uninstall from my computer so that I can show you installation procedure step by step so that you will also get the clarity how to download and install. So for uninstallation purpose, let's go to my computer control panel. So let's go to the sets, type control, and we'll be able to see control panel. So here uninstall program, you're able to see that. Click on it. And I'm trying to uninstall my Python software, which is already available in my machine. So Python 3.13.5 64-bit. Right click and simply uninstall. I'm doing uninstallation. Why? Because just to show you the installation process step by step, how to download and install Python software. Okay. Yes. So uninstall progress here. Please be on the line. I'll tell you once uninstall successful, how to download it and how to install Python software. And strictly remember, sir, for installation of Python software, no any specific requirements are required. So like software requirements, hardware requirements, nothing. So just basic laptop, what you are using currently, on that it will work fine because it's a lightweight software. It won't take much more space and much more time to install it. So now you can see install was successful done 3.1, 3.5. There is a Python launcher also will be installed, which is supportive file for Python software foundation. Now click on uninstall this also. Now installation was done, sir. Yes, uninstall. So right now in my computer, there is no Python software exist. Do you want me to check again by going to command prompt whether Python exists or not? Simply type the command called Python space hyphen version. Let's go and check out. So I'm just moving towards command prompt. And previously I got the version number 3.13.5, right? Now you can see Python space hyphen version and then hit the enter button. So I'm getting the output like Python was not found. Okay, Python was not found or Python was not exist, like that you will get. So that means in my computer, there is no Python software existed like this because just now I have uninstalled it. Now, let me show you how to install it, how to download and install it. For downloading purpose, we must visit official website python.org. Let's go and click on download. This is official website. I'm just clicking on this download Python 3.13.6. Instantly within fraction of seconds, you'll be able to get Python 3.13.6 download executable file. So let's close this window. And where we can find this file means in the downloads folder of your computer. So let's see downloads, and there is a Python 3.13.6 64-bit. Okay. And do you want to install this? Simply double click on 3.13.6 and wait, sir. Here important thing is you must and should activate here these two checkboxes. One is use admin privileges when installing py.exe and also add python.exe to path. What happens, sir, if I don't select this and directly if I click on install, what's wrong? So the thing is simple. If you try to install directly now without activating these two checkboxes, but you can able to write your Python programs, but you are not able to run your code. The reason is your operating system cannot recognize the interpreter path. So for path setting purpose, I strongly recommend to use these two checkbox activate. So use admin privileges when installing py.exe and also add python.exe to path only. This is adding internally environment variables. So environment variables means it's completely every software will create a separate virtual environment. Virtual environment means which is isolated environment. Your Python programs will run on that environment particularly apart from your system environment. So that's what we are activating these two checkboxes. After activation of these two checkboxes only, you can go to install now simply. But the installation path also it's looking, see users, computer name, app data, local, this is the path. Okay, if you want, you can save it also and click on install. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Say yes only. Now it's installing progress. So within few seconds, uh, which is less than 1 minute of time, your installation procedure will be done, sir. Now you can see setup progress. 3.1, 3.6. Okay. Yeah. So almost done. Whenever we install Python software like this, look at this setup was successful and click on close and you will be able to see one editor, which is default editor. So I'm saying that by default for the first time when we install Python software and you will get one editor called default editor. That is IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment. So do you want to continue for writing Python programs with this editor? You can. Okay. So Integrated Development Learning Environment. Learning environment like this. This is ideally software. And first, let me check the version again, just for confirmation. So I just installed Python software. So whether which version it is installed, do you want to check? Again, simply go to search and type command prompt. So I am trying to type a command called Python space hyphen version. And the moment when I hit the enter button, you notice that 3.1, 3.6 is the version. Previously, when I use this same command, Python space hyphen version, we got what 3.1, 3.5, right? Yes, which was previous version. Few days back, I have installed for my previous batches, but now I have updated this version 3.1, 3.6 version only there. So the moment when we install for the Python software, you will get default editor. This is called integrated development environment. So do you want to continuously write this, write Python code with this editor? You can, no problem. But there are different ways to write Python code. Yes, I'll show you different ways to write Python code and execute. There are several options are there, sir. Option number one is interactive mode. Interactive mode. Option number two, script mode. Option number three, Python IDLE. Option number four, PyCharm editor. Yes, this is our editor throughout the complete Python course. So I'm going to use PyCharm editor finally launching, sir. So interactive mode through we can write your Python code and execute. Script mode through we can write your Python code and execute. And using Python ideally software through we can write and execute. And finally we can go through PyCharm editor also. So this is our permanent editor. Once I start launching PyCharm editor, but I'll show before going to launch these three options also clearly. How to write code in interactive window, how to write code in script window, and Python ideally. Finally, we will try to launch PyCharm. Once we launch PyCharm editor successfully, from there onwards, I continuously use PyCharm editor only for my upcoming sessions all. But why, sir, PyCharm recommended? Why not these three options means in the initial stage of learning, you must use proper and official editor of Python so that you will get an advantage. So you can easily manage your Python code and you can easily debug or process your code without having or without facing any trouble in the initial stage of learning. But if we go through these three options, there might be chance to get confused because if you are new to Python programming, if you don't know the syntactical rules and regulations, you can't manage easily in the interactive shell script mode Python ideally. But when we go for PyCharm editor, it will be easy to manage because this is colorful graphical user interface editor, which is exclusively designed for Python programmers and Python beginners. So if you start learn with proper editor, you will feel comfort first. And so that will boost your confidence. So without facing any issues, once you will become syntactically strong, then if you'll be in a position to handle your Python code anywhere like interactive window, script window, and Python ideally. The problem is in these first three options, which I'm going to show you tomorrow, not today. So we don't have any support like IntelliSense options, okay, error indications, and there is no color combinations like all keywords, variables, identifiers, methods, class names will be colors are different. At least you can recognize what is keyword, what is variable, what is identifier, what is attribute. That is possible in proper editor like PyCharm editor. So if you ask me to what would you suggest, sir, if I don't use PyCharm means, I suggest VS Code also. Yes, anyway, I'm going to use PyCharm editor for core and advanced Python only. Okay, but whenever the moment I start Django web development with the UI technologies, with the database communication, even Flask and REST API purpose, I'm going to use what editor? VS Code only, Visual Studio Code, which is free. But why don't we use our Django purpose also PyCharm editor means I'm not using just because of PyCharm professional editor is not a free. In tomorrow's session, you will come to know that. Clearly, I'll explain each and every step by step. Okay. So PyCharm, there are two versions are there. Community version is there. Professional editor is there. Generally, professional editor for web development process like Django, REST API, Flask, and so on. And PyCharm community editor exclusively for pure Python logics. So that's what I recommend to use PyCharm only. But if you want to write code in VS Code also, you can do this so that you will get both knowledge, sir, in my lectures. You will have the knowledge of PyCharm editor, how to manage the code, and also with Visual Studio Code also, so that both editor idea you will get so that it will be good in your real-time scenario. And anyway, we are integrating with AI tools also. So it will be good for your Python development process. First, we will learn complete Python with our own code only, sir. I'm not going to depend completely on AI. Okay, AI tools, how to use, I'm going to teach you clearly when the situation, we are unable to handle the situations in Python. So that AI can assist you clearly the code in optimization process or error. For example, all of a sudden you have written some few lines of logic in Python. You are unable to find out where the error exactly occurred. So you just complete code, you can copy and paste in ChatGPT search or else any Gemini AI search or Claude anywhere that will give with the description what is the problem actually occurred in the uh, coding so that it will be easy to rectify the issues and all. So for that purpose, I'm going to use all these AI tools also. You will get full clarity on this, in which cases we use these tools, which is required for especially data analysis. Claude is very popular. And normal search, AI search, error handling, and code optimization purpose, anyone you can use ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity like this. So Perplexity is more advanced level, which I seen. So later I'll explain what is the thing. Okay. Yes. So ChatGPT cannot give the accurate result, which is after latest version, latest news will not give. Okay, already the whatever they feed it, that result only will give. But Perplexity will not like that. In the latest version, latest wise, according to the trend only, it will give the code. So that will be more. So we'll discuss each and every AI tool along with Python course learning process. Okay. So this is about today lecture, which I'm including Python installation process, Python history, and what is exactly Python. And in tomorrow's session, it's very important session for all of you who are following my lectures last yesterday session and today's session. Please be continued from tomorrow. Two more demo sessions you can attend, because tomorrow I'm going to show you how to write code in different ways, and which is the best way you will find out. Finally, in tomorrow, we'll launch PyCharm editor. Once we launch PyCharm editor, we will continue with PyCharm editor only, so that you will clearly know the differences between these three options and PyCharm editor option. So you will only feel the comfort with PyCharm, obviously. Okay. So that's all from my side today. So if you have any questions regarding this today discussion, please feel free to type your question in chat box so that I can read it and answer it. And for new students who are there, who are joined today only, if you feel it is your first session, I strongly recommend to watch my video lecture 1, which was there in YouTube channel. Even after demo also, my team will communicate with you through mail. They'll send complete content, course content, and also video link. You just click on the link and you will be able to find the clear information which I discussed in the previous session. Okay. So Python script only, yeah, coding only completely, right? Python coding means it's a script only. All logical scripting only we will cover. That is application development purpose. Python script means coding only, sir. Yeah, no doubt at all. You will be good at Python coding and scripting completely. You can easily use in your implementation part once you learn Python from our side. And who are new to this session, I'm telling you, only core and advanced Python, it will take 45 working days to up to 2 months. But if you are looking full stack development, including Django, REST API, UI technologies, and MySQL, SQLite 3, okay, with all libraries and AI tools completely, it will go for around 4 months minimum, 4.5 months maximum it will take. So as I explained in the last demo lecture, so who are new to this session, please feel free to watch my first day demo lecture yesterday, which I conducted. And still you have option to attend two more demo lectures tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Both lectures you please attend with using the same link. And after that, you can decide whether do you want to continue with my lecture or not. You can feel free to take the decision, sir. Okay, no hurry like that. We are not forcing you to join my lecture only. If you are really interested, you can. Otherwise, you can go somewhere like that. But your comfort is ultimately importance. So, do you have any questions? You can feel free to ask me. Tomorrow's session is very crucial session, which I am going to launch the editors. So once you know how to set up the editors, it will be good to practice. So all the options first I'll show you, because once you are the Python programmer, you must aware of that, how many possible ways to write code and execute, and all editor knowledge is required. So editor is nothing but it's a software tool where we can write Python code and execute, sir. Okay. Yeah. So that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Still, I'll wait for a few minutes. Who are having questions, please go ahead. Yes, yes. Recordings every day, recorded sessions will be sent to your Google Drive. The recorded video sessions, especially from my lectures, all full stack development or only Python, lifetime access. And each and every subject, core Python, advanced Python, Django, REST API, Flask, all material, PDF material also will be sent to your mail. Okay. And interview questions and everything, assignments and exercise tasks, every day we will try to provide that. And meanwhile, for every 1 or 2 weeks, I'll post the question papers in the WhatsApp group. You must attempt from your end after posting the question papers in WhatsApp group. So after 2 days, I'll disclose the key in the group only. You can cross check how the way you are approaching with Python code. So that is completely practical oriented, sir. For sure that I can say one thing from my side. At the end of the day, I'll not disappoint you. That's it. So still you have any question, please proceed it. Don't miss the tomorrow session. It's important for you. Okay. Yeah. So it's time to leave. Have a nice time. See you tomorrow. Please feel free to join by using the same link at 9 p.m. Thanks for attending this session.